Welcome back. So now we build our new exception. Let's try and use it. And again, I'm going to do it test driven. So let's try and figure out how we can add this new exception that we just created last lesson. So first of all, let's jump into the location service test. It's down here, by the way. So let's open that one and have a look at our current method in here. Now, right now, one of our exceptions right here we're testing is this one: create with location as null, throws null reference exception with location message. Now we want to change that. So let's actually put in instead parameter cannot be null exception instead of null reference exception. That was step one. Let's put that down here. There we go. And now we'll import it. There we go. And now we have this guy available, and now he should throw this exception instead. And of course, most of you already guess that when I run this, now it'll fail, right? It should fail because now I'm not throwing the right exception type. And if you read this down here, you can actually see this was the expected, but I actually got a null reference exception instead. You can just read the entire, if you want to, you can go and read that stack trace. There we go. So now we have an error. Let's go and fix it. Well, it seems the create method now needs to throw this exception, and it's not doing that. So let's jump into the service and have a look. Well, it seems right now that I'm throwing the null reference exception like I expected. Let's just put that in there. There we go. And now we are throwing the right type of exception. So let's try and rerun our unit tests and see what happens. I'll just go back to the unit test and I'll just run this test. There we go. Let's see what happens. Give it a second. There we go. It still fails because it says the message I expected was location cannot be null, but I actually got location cannot be null, parameter location cannot be null. What? Well, that's because right now we are passing in the wrong message. My goal was actually to get location parameter cannot be null. That's the goal that I was going for. So let's just try and put that in there in the test so I know exactly what I want to get out of the test. Right here is the test. It says it should get this message. That's wrong now. I wanted to say location parameter cannot be null. So let's put in the location right here. And the problem is, of course, that right now if we go to the service, you'll notice that I'm actually passing in too much information. It should only be location here and not location cannot be null anymore. And now let's try and rerun my unit tests and let's see what happens. I can just open them down here and run them all. Let's see if that solved it and if that new guy was actually done now. All unit tests are green. It seems that we are happy again. Whee! So that was kind of the point of this. Now, of course, I can go and do the same. The exact same cannot be null for this location service up here. I want to do that here as well, but I'll let you guys do that on your own. I'll have it ready for next lesson. You guys can just do it and check out the code if you want kind of to figure out how I did it. But I'm going to change it right here, test driven. So I'm going to start with my tests. See you next time. Have fun.